practice that's necessary. However, I think the other players in Seton Hall squad have to step in and help these two youngsters because Murdock goes to the basket very strong. But Dehere and Taylor have their hands full tonight.
Avent jumping with Marquise Braggs. Avent winning the tip to Oliver Taylor. And the ball game's underway here at the Meadowlands.
Providence opened up with their man-to-man D. They love to play it. They love to come right at you.
Here's Dehere, and now he finds Taylor. Taylor, the point guard. Dehere is the shooting guard. He's a sophomore, Dehere, who really can fill it up. Taylor takes it to the baseline. Coming away with the basketball was Murdock, but it's stolen away by Taylor. Nice blind pass to Avent. Couldn't hang on. However, muscles it in anyway.
Great pass inside to the big guy. They're going to look to him more and more, PJ said, because when he gets it inside, he's deadly.
All right, Providence College with the basketball now. This is Watts. They get it low, and it's stolen away by Cunningham. He's from Lithuania. Up court to Terry Dehere. Ball out of bounds, and it'll be Providence ball coming down. Arturas Cunningham is 6'8", freshman forward from Vilnius, Lithuania. More and more, the foreign players becoming a factor in college and pro basketball, but more so in college at this point in time. Murdock goes coast to coast and has it blocked by Anthony Avent. That's a big-time block.
That certainly was the big guy. Avent inside is very tough. Of course, we talked about Murdock going to the basket. Of course, he's got the baseline area right here, but watch the big guy come over. Great help, and he puts it into the stands, and that's the one ingredient that Seton Hall has that maybe the Friars don't, is that strong inside player.
That was a heck of a play. Talk about help-out defense. Really nice play by Avent. Marquise Bragg for Providence College. And now Fred Campbell. This is Eric Murdock and Ken McDonald.
McDonald, a young man right from Rhode Island, a great three-point shooter. And that's what Rick likes to do. He likes to put it up. Seton Hall, Gil, you see him in their man-to-man D. They really have tried this up on playing strong man defense this season.
Well, Rick Barnes told you before the game that he likes to get a shot off very quickly. Right now, it looks to me like the Seton Hall defense. Again, a blocked shot by Avent, picked up by Murdock, but the Seton Hall defense did a heck of a job preventing Providence from getting an easy open shot. They really had to work for those two. The steal. Now there's everybody after it. Providence ends up with it. Bragg misses the stop, but a foul is called.
Well, I'll tell you, we talked about Murdock. You see him here getting his team excited. He's a great leader on the floor. He's averaging 27 points a game, but I'll tell you, if you put the ball in front of his face, he's going to take it away from him. Check this effort. I'll tell you, every coach in America would love this young man right now. Diving on the floor, finds Watts, the open man. Marquise looks for the dunk. Can't finish it, but we'll go to the line for two.
That was a heck of a play by Eric Murdock. And it's not a common thing, is it, Don? Karnishevich has had to go out. It looks like he got poked in the eye going after that loose ball. He is out. And he has been replaced by Jerry Walker, a sophomore from Jersey City. Marquise Bragg at the line to shoot, too. But getting back to what I was going to bring up, it isn't that often that you see a player with Murdock's offensive skills, such a great offensive player, willing to hit the deck, go after the loose ball the way he does.
He's an unusual type player, and I think what's happened, he's had his ups and downs throughout his season. That last year, that little heart situation that he overcame, and I think he feels that, hey, I'm going to leave it on the floor every night, and he does.
0 for 2 for Marquise Bragg at the foul line. Bragg having a difficult time shooting free throws so far this season, only at 40%. We're tied at 2 here in the early going. 18 minutes to play in the first half. 2 minutes have gone by. Dehere, that's his range, doesn't get it. Big rebound for 2 by Gordon Winchester, the junior from the Bronx.
He's been playing very consistent basketball for Seton Hall this season.
Murdock fills it up with a 3. And the Friars take the lead at 5 to 4. Murdock, 19 of 53 coming into the game from three-point range. Providence has a lot of people who can shoot the threes. There's Dehere on the miss, the tip. Oh, what a play. Was that slick?
Have to put a body on the big guy. No one boxed him out, and that's a concern of Rick. Anthony Avent, he's just so strong inside.
You know, you could see him improve a great deal as last season went along. And already the improvement from this season to this season is very, very evident. Avent has been all over the place, offensively and defensively.
Well, you know what you love about him? He's so much more active than he was last year. He kind of stayed under the basket. He rebounded for you. Now he's all over the place. He's an offensive threat. He fills the lane on the break. So He's become a great one, and I'll tell you, you look in the pro draft, I'll tell you, you got to take a good look at him.
That's right. 6'10", 235, and exhibiting very good senior leadership in this game in the things that he does. Foul on Seton Hall. That will be their second team foul, third team foul. Providence has none. That is charged to Jerry Walker, his first. All right, Karnisovas did not get poked in the eye, he got poked in the nose, and he'll be back in. Watts, line drive. Oh, a pass. It was a pass from Watts to Marquise Bragg.
Well, I'll tell you, this is, you look for them to take the three-pointer. That time we thought it was a shot, of course, and he hit Marquise, who has great leaping ability.
Providence is on top 76 here in the early going on that hoop. And we've got a foul this time against Providence College. It's their first of the game. There's Karnisovas, bleeding nose is what he went out with. He's back in.
Well, you know, people don't realize how tough defensively both teams are. And, of course, Seton Hall is playing very actively defensively. And, of course, when you look at Chris Watts, you're looking for him to take the three-pointer. Well, here he takes it, but he gives it to Marquise Bragg for a strong dunk.
Three-point shot by Dehere is missed. The rebound is taken away by PC. By Marvin Sadler, who just checked in. Watts a three. No. Rebound, Bragg. Looking inside. Sadler, turnaround from the low post.
Sadler, a young man from Trumbull, Connecticut, a teammate of Chris Watts. I think Rick is taking a look at Aben doing such a great job. He's putting the big guy in there to offset some of that size and strength, because Sadler's a big guy himself.
Well, Sadler is 6'7", but he's 240 pounds. He's a bulky 6'7". Now McDonald sits down, and Corey Floyd comes in for Providence. Inbounds, it comes to Sadler, stolen by Avent, blocked by Bragg, but a foul on Marquise Bragg. And Anthony Avent will take his 80% free throw shooting percentage to the foul line to shoot a couple for Providence. Second foul, by the way. Now they're going to call that, yeah, they're called it a shooting foul. Second team foul on Providence. Seton Hall has 3. Friars lead 9-6. 16:07 to go here in the first half. Our officials tonight, Jim Howell, Mickey Crowley, and Dan Chrisman. Here's Avent's numbers. He's averaging just under 19 points a game, also averaging 11 rebounds per game.
68% from the field. He and Marquise Bragg are together. I guess both of them averaging the same percentage there. But where he's also improved, Gil, is he's an excellent foul shooter right now, and that's an area Marquise Bragg has to work on.
One more free throw for Anthony Avent. Dickey Simpkins, a 6'9" freshman, has checked in for Providence. And he replaces Marquise Bragg.
Seton Hall picking up the defensive pressure. Not a good foul here by Avent, and PJ not happy with that foul.
First foul on Anthony Avent, the 4th on Seton Hall. So Providence is only 2 more Seton Hall fouls away from getting themselves in a position to be at the foul line for the rest of the half, which could be a factor in this first half. Murdock, and now Corey Floyd. He's a junior from Linden, New Jersey. Takes it to the basket, dumps it off low, but the steal. Oliver Taylor comes out of there. It is 3-on-2, baseline to Dehere, bang.
Taylor stopping on the foul line, which is exactly what the coach wants him to do. Finds Dehere, he knew it.
Floyd out of control there, loses it on the turnover, on the travel, and Providence College grabs it. The 3 foreign-born players, Karnisovas, Lokar, and Barnia, giving you Happy New Year greetings in Italian, Lithuanian, and Hebrew.
PJ bringing in the League of Nations.
Absolutely. Go get the ball players no matter where they are.
That's it.
10-9, Seton Hall by a point. Oliver Taylor, that's Corey Floyd on him. Taylor swinging it out to Karnisovas. He can shoot from outside, by the way, the young man from Lithuania. There's Winchester. Little foul line jumper, and it's 12-9. Seton Hall by 3 points.
Winchester has been very solid this season for PJ's team. He does it defensively and he rebounds, but he's beginning to score also.
Murdock traveled with it, and Providence turns it over. Providence, up to that turnover, had 5 turnovers that had led to 6 Seton Hall points. I am very impressed so far, Dominic, with the defense being played by Seton Hall. They play a very tough, tight man-to-man.
They really do, and they help one another. And, of course, they know Murdock's going to penetrate, and they've been ready and helping out on him.
Karnisovas and now Taylor. Dehere. Eric Murdock on him. Pair of guards anybody would love to have. Low, nice job. Avent slipping away from Sadler, and a good pass inside by Winchester. That's 8 points for the young man, Anthony Avent.
Well, they said they were going to get it to the big guy more often than they had, and they're looking for him right now. Providence having a tough time picking him up down low.
That is 6 unanswered points by Seton Hall, but we've got a foul called, and it's on Arturas Karnisovas, his second personal foul, and the 5th on Seton Hall as a team. It'll be a possession foul. Chris Watts goes out for Providence. Ken McDonald comes in, and Karnisovas goes out for Seton Hall with Walker, Jerry Walker, replacing Karnisovas. There you see Seton Hall taking good advantage of the numerous Providence turnovers so far. And only a couple have come off carelessness. The rest of them have come off very good defensive play by Seton Hall.
Exactly. A strong defensive effort by Seton Hall's man-to-man D, and they pride themselves. Right now you see him under the basket. Years ago, PJ used to play a zone. Now it's man-to-man because he has so much confidence in his players.
Marquise Bragg and now Corey Floyd for Providence. A 6-0 run by Seton Hall has put them ahead 14-9. Here with 14:24 to go. That's a double dribble.
There's that defensive pressure again by Taylor. Taylor and Dehere make it work for everything because they've got great quickness. They know they have Avent and Winchester in the back ready to help them out. And Providence has had some trouble with them early in this ballgame.
Oliver Taylor for Seton Hall at the 14-minute mark of the first half. Taylor no, and a foul will be called on Providence College. Avent drew the foul from Marquise Bragg. Here's another peek at it.
There's the penetration by Taylor, and there's a lot of action underneath. Now, you have to get a body on Avent. Of course, right there, you may have called Avent going over the back, but it went the other way in favor of Seton Hall, and Marquise Bragg picks up his 3rd foul. That's a tough one because Marquise is the guy that Providence really counts on.
That will hurt the Friars later on. 3 personals already on Marquise Bragg. Dehere works himself open and buries it. Make it an 8-0 run for Seton Hall. Providence had led at 1.98. Now it is a 16-9 lead. Simpkins loses it. Ball slapped around. Here comes Avent, coast to coast.
The big guy rounds it through, and everyone loves it. I thought we talked about him getting up and down the floor. He's done the job for Seton Hall tonight.
8 Providence turnovers now in the basketball game. And they've led directly to 14 Seton Hall points. 12-0 run for the Hall. They lead 18-9. Baseline, Bragg, that's goaltending. Count the basket. Marquise Bragg gets the hoop.
Providence needed that basket. Of course, it came off the penetration of Eric Murdock. He's got to solidify his team right now. They have to execute. Of course, they don't like to execute too long because Rick wants the ball in the air quickly. And here's their pressure that this is what usually brings them back.
Providence's basket by Marquise Bragg snapped a 12-0 Seton Hall run. Winchester, Dehere for 3. Gets it. Terry Dehere buries a 3-point shot.
Just a sophomore from right down the road, St. Anthony's High School, and he's talking to Murdock right now. He's pumped up. Seton Hall really has it going. They're doing it defensively, and it's stimulating their offense.
McDonald's a good 3-point shooter, as you can tell right there. Knocked it down from 3. Coming in, Dehere had been 31 of 70 from 3-point range, and McDonald 18 of 43. It is 21-14. Seton Hall on top by 7. Avent has had a very strong start. Nice feed to Winchester and a reverse layup.
Very unselfish play, Gil. Nice move inside, but they're very unselfish. They look for the open man, and that's been a strength of theirs this season.
Watts had a notion to take a 3, changed his mind. McDonald and now Murdock slides off the pick, can't do anything with it. McDonald takes it to the basket, dumps it off. Good job. Another block by Avent. He's been all over both ends of the court. 2 for freshman Brian Cabot of Trenton, New Jersey. And that brings a timeout response from Rick Barnes. Seton Hall on top by 9. We'll be back after these words from your local stations. For the Big East lead in field goal percentage, but tonight it has been all Avent. He has 10 points and 3 blocked shots. Here's one of them in the first half, and then he takes the thing coast to coast on this one after a steal. He really is working both ends of the floor, and I'll tell you, he's got the crowd stimulated with this slam. He has improved so much since the season began, Gil. It's amazing, and right now he's an intimidating factor on the defense. The miss by Murdock, the rebound by Avent. Providence 6 of 11 from the floor. Seton Hall 11 of 17. Providence, of course, will pressure you. They'll keep coming at you. They got great three-point shooters, so no lead is too good to have against that team. Three-point miss by Dehere. The ball is slapped into the hands of Dickie Simpkins. Murdock takes it back. Running hook goes for Eric Murdock. That's where he is devastating. They love to run. They want to get the ball up and down the floor, and that's probably the reason Rick said, hey, don't move that ball for 20 seconds. You've got the open shot. Take it. We cause more problems for the opposition that way. 7 points now for Murdock. He came into the game with 43 steals, leading the conference. Baseline jumper goes for Avent. So he's scored inside. He's blocked shots. He's rebounded. Now he takes it outside and hits a little 16-footer. Murdock at the other end. Another running hook. No. Rebound to Jerry Walker. Walker, another St. Anthony's product. PJ, of course, recruited a guard, Danny Hurley, from St. Anthony's also. He's got it going there. A miss by Karnisovas. Murdock back to Providence. 27-16. Seton Hall leading. Offensive rebound by Sadler, and he muscles it in. Good strong move by Sadler underneath. He's active now on defense, and that's the type of game that Rick likes. Of course, McDonald can stick it, as can Murdock, and Watts from the outside for three-point range. Walker working it to Terry Dehere. They swing it back to Caver, the point guard. They leave him wide open, and he said, thank you very much. I'll take that anytime. Caver, another New Jersey product. P.J. feels before it's done, he'll be an impact player. Ken McDonald for Providence. 30-18. Seton Hall has built up a 12-point lead. McDonald for 3. Providence is going to have to bury a few of those threes to get back in here in the early going, because Seton Hall right now defensively is doing such a tremendous job keeping the inside stuff away from them. Well, they do a great job in their help side defense. Whenever Murdock penetrates, there's 2 or 3 people ready to help out. 30-21, Seton Hall by 9. Ryan Caver. Now Dehere, but he took the step. Little travel right there, a little too quick. PJ likes to execute that way, take advantage of Avent down low, and of course their guards can move and stick it on the run, so he likes to turn it over. The last time down the floor, a little too quick. Providence brings in a couple of people off the bench, Tony Turner and Troy Brown. Murdock so far has not gotten a break in the ball game. He's been in there all the way, and he is really being pressured defensively. And you can't play him 40 minutes. Rick Barnes said that before the game began. Too tough on him. Someone else has to fill the bill, and that's where Corey Floyd has to come in. Of course, he's young. He's a junior. He's got some experience. Here's the shot by Murdock. Exactly. Murdock, if you watch, they're going to give him penetration, but whenever he penetrates, you see the help coming over all the time. But you don't want to put him on the line because he can really stick it from the foul. That foul came before the shot, and it was the 6th team foul in Seton Hall, so they've reached the limit. Turner looking inside for Brown. They finally do get it to Troy Brown. He misses the shot, however. Well, that time Providence executed well. They got the high-low situation, didn't finish it. Oliver Taylor, no. Rebound, Turner for the Friars to Eric Murdock. 9-point Seton Hall lead, just under 9 minutes to go in the half. Baseline, no. Rebound, no by Brown. Taylor comes out of the pack for Seton Hall. He's in the backcourt now with Caver, as Terry Dehere is taking a breather. Seton Hall now will pull out the defense a little bit, execute, looking to get a high-low situation. Good defense that time by McDonald. Yep, went to the deck for it. 2-on-1 Providence. Murdock dishing it off to Turner for 2. You know, it's amazing the great condition that Eric Murdock has to be in. He hasn't been out of the game. He's played 12 minutes right now. Everyone else on that team has been in and out, but he just keeps going, and you really need him in the game. Murdock and Avent actually are the only 2 players who have played every minute of this ball game so far. Taylor pulls it back out, got McDonald on him. Providence getting a little more aggressive with their defense now. This is Brian Caver.
Excuse me, Gil. Providence will play a tough man-to-man defense. I think people don't give them credit for it. You've got a nice stick right there by Caver. He's a tough player because they run and they press and they're up and down the floor. But Barnes is a stickler for good D.
Caver's come off the bench to score 7 points for Seton Hall. Little line drive fastball pass down low to Troy Brown, a freshman from Lynn, Massachusetts. And it's 32-25. The Friars have cut a once 12-point deficit down to 7.
You can never count Providence out, I tell you, because of their game, the way they play, they keep coming at you. They got people that can stick it from 3-point range. But
right now, Providence playing a tight man-to-man defense. Gordon Winchester, Taylor, little up fake, baseline. No, rebound, loose ball. McDonald has it for Providence, and we have a foul on Seton Hall's Oliver Taylor, and that puts McDonald to the foul line, and it puts Providence at the foul line, Don, for the final 7 minutes of this first half. Seton Hall's over the limit, and Providence committed only 3 team fouls. There's your score for you. 2 unbeatens, St. John's and Syracuse. 2-point lead for St. John's. Connecticut and Boston College also playing with UConn up by 7.
BC hanging right in there. Of course, Connecticut coming off some good wins of late. They're playing very well, but 62-60 St. John's. Interesting score.
Yes,
St. John's is 1 for 8 going up to the Dome.
Malik Seeley of St. John's off to an incredible start in his season. Now Murdock gets his first breather of the game. He'll sit down, and Corey Floyd will replace him for Providence College. The 5 out there for Providence: McDonald, Floyd, Turner, Brown, and Simpkins. For Seton Hall, and Winchester, Caver, Karnisovas, Walker, and Dehere. One more free throw for Ken McDonald.
And he's a good one from the foul line. 91% this year. He could stick it from 3-point range, but he's deadly on the line.
Timeout on the floor. Providence has cut the lead to 5 here in New Jersey. Oh, you saw the dunk of the week there by Brian Caver of Seton Hall. I don't know about you, Don, but I'm better at the other dunks that they were showing.
That's it, the donuts into the cup by Caver. I tell you, what a job he's doing this year. You know, when a guard dunks, it's just unbelievable. You expect a big guy. Of course, everyone forgot that over-the-head pass by Walker to him. Just phenomenal.
32-27, just under 7 minutes to go in the first half. Seton Hall with a 5-point lead. Providence had trailed earlier by 12, but they've mounted a comeback to get to within 5. Walker takes it in top, and a block shot by Troy Brown. That was a good defensive play. Good help-out defense by Brown of Providence.
Providence defense is tightened up somewhat. They're not extending as much, and it's paying dividends. Great block that time.
Corey Floyd at the point guard spot now for Providence. Chris Watts. And now Brown. They come up top to Tony Turner just behind the foul line. He knocks it down. Turner, sophomore from College Park, Georgia.
I tell you, Providence, are wanting to get it up quickly, is executing very well. They like that high-low set.
Nice drive to the hoop by Arturas Karnisovas. A young man from Lithuania.
Oh, he's a good one. He really has a feel for the game. Kind of like the Dove Hennico at Connecticut last year, Joe.
The ball knocked right out of the hands of Turner, and a foul is called on Providence. It'll be Seton Hall possession. It's a possession foul. Anthony Avent coming back in for Seton Hall, and Walker goes out for Providence. Marvin Sadler comes back in, replacing Dickie Simpkins.
The wide bodies come back into the action. We should see some good play inside. Of course, Seton Hall likes to execute to get the ball down low. And of course, Avent really fields it now.
Karnisovas getting low to Avent, blocked, but a foul will be called. Troy Brown came over to muscle the shot away, but he got the body on Avent.
Well, nice attempt inside. You see Providence with a strong run, and Providence will do that to you. They'll come right at you and cause you some problems. Of course, you got a 6'9" guy passing into a 6'10" guy, and right over here you see the strength of Avent. Brown comes over, tries to make the play, but very, very difficult when Avent has the ball down low to do anything but foul him. Of course, he's a great foul shooter, too.
Yes, he is. He's at 80%. The senior, 6'10", 235 pounds, from Newark, New Jersey. Winchester off the left hand, and a foul committed by Marvin Sadler. And it will put Winchester at the free throw line for Seton Hall. This is a nice play.
Outstanding execution right here. You see Caver right here. Nice pass underneath to the cutting Winchester. Down the lane, he finishes it up. Once again, Seton Hall finds the open man. Very unselfish.
And the excellent play by Winchester in moving without the ball. Moving without the ball.
A lost art, of course.
He makes it a three-point play.
Seton Hall, excellent foul shooting team. They really put the ball in the basket.
They are shooting it at 77% as a team from the foul line, which is outstanding. Down low it comes to Simpkins, and we're going to get a foul. I believe it'll be Karnishevich, and that'll be his third. Third
foul. Of course, we're playing 6 fouls this evening, being the Big East setting, but Karnishevich's not good position on Dickie Simpkins, the young freshman from Washington, now goes to the line to shoot 1-on-1.
For Providence, Tony Turner is going to come in. And he will replace Chris Watts. So that will give Providence Murdock, Simpkins, Turner, McDonald, and Sadler. Seton Hall has Taylor, Caver, Dehere, Avent, and Winchester out there. So Seton Hall is operating with a 3-guard offense at this point.
Something Providence likes to do also, Gil.
Simpkins doesn't get it. Does get the rebound and is fouled in the act of shooting. So Simpkins will go to the line again. And normally a good foul shooter. He's 93% from the foul line so far in this young season.
Unusual for a big guy, but Rick Barnes really likes this young man. He's coming on. He gets better every time he's on the floor, and he's the kind of guy that Rick needs. They don't have a true center. Of course, the thing is, Rick also said that he likes to go away from the basket like most big guys do.
Yeah. Where Simpkins is 6'9", 228, but he's only a freshman, which means he's got a few more years to grow.
And that's what you love to see. And he's got nice form, nice touch, nice follow through. All the things you like for a young guy to do on the foul line.
Gets 1 out of 2. Ball loose. Oliver Taylor has it. Works it to Caver. Down to 3 minutes to go in the half.
Rick has to be pleased the way his team has battled back, and I think a big div. They're rebounding, but they're coming up with the loose balls also, something that Seton Hall was getting the early part of the game.
Avent trying to work on Sadler. Now Dehere. Ken McDonald on him. Dehere works it to Avent. Swings in the low post. Kicks it back out. Dehere takes the open shot and buries it. 3-pointer.
Nice execution. Hit it down low. Avent doesn't want to force it. He finds Dehere for a 3-pointer.
Providence throws it away at the other end, and Seton Hall comes back, leading by 7 with 2:22 to go in the half.
But this is where Providence had a problem earlier. They were turning the ball over, and Seton Hall took advantage of every turnover.
And they were turning it over on their own, which is what they've done the last couple of trips down.
Exactly.
Not great defense on those turnovers. Dehere, another 3.
Oh, you can't give him much room. He knows this sport very well. He's drilling it.
13 points for Terry Dehere. Providence gets the tip in from Marvin Sadler to break the run that Seton Hall had going. They had an 8-0 run going.
Well, nice action on the boards that time by Providence, and Sadler comes up with a big tip, and of course this allows Providence to extend their pressure defense.
Winchester gets it to Avent over midcourt for the Pirates of Seton Hall. It is 44-36. There's your time remaining in the first half, lower right-hand corner of the picture. Taylor, now Dehere. He's been hot. Again, he's hit 3 shots in a row. Terry Dehere.
He feels it. Young man from St. Anthony's High School putting it together, just a sophomore.
They loop it down low, and a nice pass from Ken McDonald to Dickie Simpkins. Play worked very well on both ends.
Exactly. See the ball, see your man. Little theme of defense not being done. 3 times Providence has taken advantage of the lob.
It is 46-38, and we're just under a minute to play now in the first half. Taylor goes behind the back, goes into the paint. Avent, ball away. No. Rebound, muscled around, and it's taken by Tony Turner to Murdock. Murdock is fouled by Caver, and Eric Murdock will go to the free throw line.
Fans don't like that call, but he was moving. It's so hard. Caver's questioning. You see it right there, just a freshman. Murdock, he just finds the seam, and he keeps going at you. And PJ not happy with that play.
It'll be 2 foul shots coming for Eric Murdock as PJ pleads his case with multo espirito, I might add.
I think we have to get Marco Lockhart to translate that.
Murdock at the line. Will shoot 2 for Providence College. They say it was in the act of shooting.
Wow.
I'm not sure about that one. But with Murdock, it's, you know, probably going to be 2 anyway.
Exactly, because he's not going to miss many.
One more foul shot for the senior from East Bridgewater, New Jersey.
Seton has to feel good. 10 points, 2 steals. That's really holding Eric Murdock down.
Yep. And Providence has got to be feeling pretty good as well when you've got Murdock with only 10 at the half and they're only down by 6.
Exactly. Providence has really battled back. This is going to be a street fight down to the wire. Big East contest.
Like I say, typical Big East game. Down to 32 seconds. You see the time rolling off. Dehere has hit his last 3 shots. He's got 15 points to lead all scorers here in the first half.
Seton spreading the floor. Gill right here. They'll work the clock down. Providence in a 1-3-1 set, it looks like right now. Probably would adjust a man-to-man just before they go to the basket.
Seton Hall does not have to shoot before the half comes to a close. They can wear it right down as far as they want to go. They end up taking a shot with about 3 seconds left. Simpkins throws it the length of the court. They worked it around, but did not take what I thought was a very good shot.
No, a force by Taylor.
We've come to halftime here in New Jersey with Seton Hall up by 6.
Wilkins, just a freshman, doing it all.
Individual scoring over the first half of play here in New Jersey. For Providence College, they've been led by their high scorer, Eric Murdock, who's averaging 27 points. Held to only 11 in the first half. I got to believe Rick Barnes feels pretty good about being down by only 6 with his top guy averaging 27, having only 11.
I'm sure he does right now.
Good balance scoring from Seton Hall with Dehere and Avent, the 2 top guns. But then Winchester Caver off the bench with 7. That's an important statistic. Other scores around the Big East this evening. There's a heck of a ball game going on up at Syracuse. A 1-point lead for the Orange Men, battle of the unbeaten. Connecticut rolls over Boston College by 26 points. That's the final. And at halftime, Pitt by 11 over Villanova. We start the second half here in New Jersey. Seton Hall by 6. The ball belongs to Providence. McDonald off the pick, knocks down a 3 to start the second half.
Well, you can't wait too long for Providence. You've got to come right out and go get them. They put it up.
And at the other end, the 3-pointer is missed by Karnisovas. He gets his own rebound. It's blocked. Gets his rebound again. Goes up again. And a foul. And he got whacked in the eye this time.
Well, he was hurt early in the game. He had a bloody nose. And right now, looked as if he got elbowed in the eye. But great action under the boards by Seton Hall right here. They keep going at it. And here's Karnisovas going to the basket strong. Probably thought he had fouled. But take a look at the second and third efforts right here. The big guy from Lithuania going up. And you could see him covering that eye where I'm sure he got an elbow.
Well, he's already got the cotton in the nose for the bleeding nose he sustained in the first half. Now he gets bopped in the eye.
Welcome to the Big East.
Going to look like he could hit with a frying pan in the morning. Karnisovas will shoot 2 shots from Vilnius, Lithuania. It's the hometown of the great Soviet national team player Arvydas Sabonis. Overtime, we're told, between Syracuse and St. John's at the Carrier Dome. And that's befitting the game between 2 unbeaten teams.
2 great teams right now.
Providence, they've got Campbell, Murdock, Watts, McDonald, and Marquise Bragg on the floor. On the baseline, Murdock on the miss. Bragg gets the rebound, has it muscled away. Battle, jump ball call, possession arrow, Seton Hall.
Good effort by Marquise. Didn't play an awful lot in the first half with 3 fouls. You see Rick Barnes has to like the effort of his Friars off the boards.
Seton Hall starts the second half with Taylor, Dehere, Winchester, Karnisovas, and Avent. Taylor, the pull-up. No. Rebound, Providence. Outlet to Murdock. Stolen. Inside, Avent. That gets the folks up out of their seats. He was fouled as well, and the basket counts.
The big guy underneath. Nice defense by Seton Hall. Stimulates the play. Good shot by Taylor here. Providence looked as if they had it, but the good hands by Seton Hall. They find the big guy down low, and look out. Here he comes with an exclamation point.
Avent foul by Fred Campbell, a junior from Salisbury, North Carolina. Now Marvin Sadler checks back in for Providence, and he replaces Fred Campbell. Well, is it going to go or not? No. Karnisovas, the rebound. Jump hook. No. Rebound Sadler. He is a wide body. 6'7", 240. Listed at 240. All right, Providence trailing by 7, 50-43. They were down by 6 at the half. McDonald in trouble. Gets it off. Baseline Sadler inside. Turnaround. Doesn't go. Rebound by Avent. Avent nearly had the ball knocked away from Taylor. Karnisovas now for Seton Hall. Low to Avent on the baseline. Wanted to wheel but couldn't do it. Now they go inside out again. Avent this time wheels right. Can't go anywhere. Looking for some help. And a 3-second violation. First one of the game.
PJ is really going at him because he wasn't in the lane. He was outside of the lane. I'm sure that's what PJ is concerned with right now. He's not in the lane, Mickey. And Mickey says he was, however.
He has the last word, doesn't he?
He's going to win.
50-43 is your score. Seton Hall by 7. McDonald for 3. No. Rebound. Sadler. Foul. Up the back went Karnisovas. Bragg and Sadler both banging inside. Karnisovas picks up his 4th foul. And that is the first team foul on Seton Hall in the second half. Providence has 2. Karnisovas will sit down. And he's replaced by Jerry Walker. The possession foul, Eric Murdock to put it in play for the Friars. Does to McDonald. McDonald finds Murdock, loses his man, and hits the leaner. McDonald ran Dehere right into a pick.
He did a great job that time, and of course, we mentioned earlier, if there's a seam to be found, Eric Murdock will find it.
Seton Hall gets it up court against some pretty good defensive pressure. Avon has it slapped away, but Avent was fouled.
Well, he couldn't do anything but foul him, and Aaron Murdock had to, but Jerry Walker really looks and has a great feel for the game. He got the ball on the high post area, found the big guy down low, goes to the line to shoot 2.
Anthony Avent averaging 19 points a game, an 80% free throw shooter. Had a strong first half with 13 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 blocked shots in 19 minutes of play.
Well, those pro scouts that are in the stands tonight, they better take a good look at this guy.
Yeah, he's got the pro body. He's a hard worker. He blocks shots.
That sticks to 15-footer.
Yeah, I was going to say,
demonstrated earlier in the game.
Earlier in the ball game, he knocked in a couple of jumpers from about 15 feet out.
I like his demeanor, Gil. I mean, he doesn't get flustered. He keeps battling in. He's not anxious when he gets the ball down low. He'll distribute it to the other people. And
he continues to improve. You can see his improvement over last season, and you can see the improvement from last season to this. There's Murdock. What a great job finding a little crack in the defense and taking it to the hole.
That was a great move. And that was off the dribble also.
Yep.
Here's the press, and this can't be effective when you least expect it. Providence is really tough with this pressure.
Friars have cut the Pirate lead to 4 points with 17:20 to go here in the basketball game. Taylor nearly walked with it. Winchester on the high post, got Chris Watts on him. Now Oliver Taylor. Dehere looking low, takes it to the baseline instead. No basket, no basket. Foul before the shot. That will be the 4th team foul on Providence here in the second half. Seton Hall has committed only 1.
Well, that time Kenny McDonald beaten by Dehere and had the elbow riding him down the lane.
McDonald, junior college transfer, is from North Providence, Rhode Island.
Here we go.
All right. Brian Caver into the ball game, puts it in play to Terry Dehere. Takes it in the paint. No. Ball loose. Picked off by Watts. Friars are 4 on 3. Now it evens up. McDonald tries to pull it back out. Looking for Murdock, but Murdock got knocked to the floor. Now Eric Murdock has the basketball.
Well, you notice Providence, they play with 3 guards a great deal of the time.
Yes.
All can stick it from 3-point range.
Nice dump off.
Oh, that's beautiful. Nice play by Murdock. What a dish.
Nice Murdock to Marquise Bragg, and it's a 2-point game, and Providence is pressing the ball hard. The steal by Murdock. Takes it in. Ties the game, and he's fouled, and the basket counts. How about that for a great individual play at both ends of the basketball floor?
Unbelievable. He steals the ball. He goes to the basket. He draws the foul. He's got enthusiasm. Everything that you love in a basketball player, Eric Murdock has.
And a timeout has been taken by Seton Hall, and we're dead even at 51.
Some cars come and
then offensive play by Murdock.
Man of steel. Reaches in, grabs, and this is what I love. He finds a seam, tough shot, and he gets excited when he puts it in. He slaps the man on the sideline. He's a great leader, and with a player of his stature, Rick Barnes is going to be in most basketball games.
Indeed. Murdock now with 17 points. He's scored 6 in the first 4.5 minutes of the second half, and looking to give Providence the lead for the first time since the opening minutes. Friars lead at 52-51. Their last lead was 9-6. They had been down by as many as 12. Now the Friars are up by 1.
And here's where the pressure just gets a little bit tougher because they've seen the blood, and now they're ready for it.
Nice drive to the hoop by Gordon Winchester. Count the basket, and the foul is called on Ken. That was slick. Great body control shown by Winchester on that drive.
Rick Barnes, of course, questioning the call because it may have been a charge. We'll take a look at it here, but here's the penetration. Good. Bang, boom. Looked as if he had the position in there. He didn't move, but the official right on the play. Go to the line to shoot one, but Seton Hall needed that hoop.
53-52, Seton Hall. Winchester on the miss. Rebound by Marquise Bragg. Walker, I'm very impressed with Jerry Walker's court sense.
He finds the open man. He sees it well. Comes from a great high school.
Murdock tried to do too much with it that time. Finally kicked it back to Watts. Now McDonald. Seton Hall by a point. 53-52. Long way to go. 15:45 left in the ball game here at the Byrne Arena in the Meadowlands in New Jersey. McDonald, baseline, left-handed, no, tip, no, rebound, Walker.
Sadler that time had a two-hand tip. Good move, just didn't fall for him.
Steal by Murdock. Oh, what a play. Ball out of bounds off Seton Hall. It'll be Providence ball. What a great effort by Eric Murdock.
They're playing hard, that's for sure. And Eric Murdock, he started the game on the floor. And take a look at the dive and determination right here. May have been called a foul on Jerry Walker, but add up, that might be 48 and 49 for a young man from New Jersey.
Yeah, he came in with 43 steals, and he had 2 in the first half, and he's got at least 2 more here in the second half. Murdock starts to take it to the basket, and he is fouled by Oliver Taylor.
Sadler does a nice job of clearing the floor that time for Murdock. Sees the opening on the baseline and is fouled.
Third team foul on Seton Hall in the second half, and third personal on Oliver Taylor. That's Dickie Simpkins coming into the ball game for Providence, the 6'9", 228-pound freshman from Washington, Maryland. He replaces Marvin Sadler. Inbounds to Marquise Bragg, who was fouled by Jerry Walker as he went up for the ball. That was nearly a dead ball foul.
Exactly, yeah. Just got it in. Of course, Bragg has great leaping ability, and Providence just puts it up there, and he goes and gets it, and is fouled by Jerry Walker.
All right, the inbounds comes to McDonald. 1-point lead, Seton Hall, and McDonald travels with it.
Kenny had the baseline open. Winchester Gordon moved to his right, gave him the baseline, which you don't want to, but travels.
Seton Hall to put it in play against heavy defensive pressure, and a technical foul has been given to Rick Barnes. Technical foul called on Rick Barnes.
Well, I think Rick questioned maybe that traveling call. Might have gotten fouled before it. Of course, he's right on that sideline area.
And Terry Dehere will shoot the 2 technical free throws for Seton Hall. 15:06 to go in the game. Seton Hall leading by a point. Still leading by a point. One more for Dehere.
Has had some problems on the line of late. They come into the game shooting close to 77%, but Dehere, Advent has missed a few, and Winchester also, and it's caused Providence to sneak back into this ball game.
Yeah, there's just some free throws tonight. Dehere gets the second one to drop. Oh, it's 54-52. Seton Hall with the lead and the basketball. It'll be put in play by Oliver Taylor. Out there with Dehere, Winchester, Walker, and Avent. Providence has Murdock, Watts, Simpkins, McDonald, and Braggs on the floor.
Providence defense much tougher, much more active. They're not giving Avent the openings he had in the first half.
Taylor trying to create something into the paint. Little runner, no. Tip, no. Ball still loose, and a whistle. It'll be Seton, Providence caller's ball. Providence ball out of bounds off Seton Hall. Dickie Simpkins will put it in play.
Both coaches never sitting down, in the game constantly. Teams are responding well.
There's no way I could have been a coach. Murdock gets fouled, and that will be the 15th foul on Seton Hall. No way I could go through all that. I mean, I'd have had a heart attack 25 years ago.
I know. Rick seems to be calm, but he's really peppering away. He makes his point well taken. Of course, PJ, we saw him in the first half expressing himself in a fine Italian way, I'm sure.
Right. Oliver Taylor has to sit down. He's got 4 personal fouls. And Brian Caver, the freshman point guard, comes in.
Providence picking up a great deal of their fouls on their penetration. Of course, they play with 3 guards all the time. Murdock will find the seam, and he takes a look at the ref that time and says, "Ref, he's hanging on to me."
Murdock with 30 seconds on the shot clock, 45-second shot clock in college basketball. McDonald loses the dribble. Watts had a notion for 3, now does take a 3. Back rims it. Winchester the rebound. 2-point lead, Seton Hall. Just under 14 minutes to go in the half. Walker in low to Avent. Little jump hook off the glass.
Walker not even concerned about his shot. He could have taken that, but he looked for Avent and found him.
McDonald takes it to the basket, and he is fouled, and he will go to the line. Winchester committing the foul, and Ken McDonald will shoot a pair for Providence College. He's a very good foul shooter, 92% on the season, averaging 11 points a game. Winchester goes out, and Karnisovas comes back in. He of the bloody nose and battered eye. It looks like he's been in a street fight.
He has right from the opening moment of this game.
It didn't take him long.
He may want to take a plane back tomorrow.
I don't think they played this hard back home.
Wow. Well, European style, active, aggressive.
Yeah,
they like
aggressive,
to get it to the action. You know, I was going to say, Providence really hurts teams because they play the 3 guards. It's tough to match them up. And if you notice this half, McDonald's been able to slide in and beyond Winchester, picking up a couple of fouls, almost fouled the time he had a travel called on him.
Seton Hall is at the limit now with 6 fouls. McDonald draining both free throws, a 2-point lead, and a 10-second violation on Seton Hall. Didn't get the ball over the backcourt in the allotted 10 seconds, and so they turn it over. P.J. Carlissimo very upset with that.
He has to be upset because he wants to get the ball up, but what happens is Providence is pressure. The game is much tighter than it was earlier. Fantastic. Syracuse, big win at the Dome.
By 6 in overtime, they beat St. John's 92-86. Simpkins trying to work low. McDonald, 2-point lead for Seton Hall, 13-15 to go in the basketball game. Seton Hall led early by 12. Providence very prone to turnovers early in the game, but the Friars have tightened it up and started to play much better defense after the opening minutes, I'll tell you that. Watts, Murdock takes it in, leans, no basket, but a foul is called. And Eric Murdock will go to the line.
An intentional foul here was called. It may be on Caver. Mickey Crowley gave the sign here. It's
on Dehere.
Yeah.
Yep, an intentional foul, so that's 2 shots and the basketball. Now Murdock will shoot 2. Right now he stands up there with 18 points. The senior from East Bridgewater, New Jersey, averaging 27 a game, has had a season high of 45. Looking to tie the game.
When he goes to the line, it's almost automatic. He drills them.
7 in a row from the foul line for Murdock. A tie ball game, and Providence has the ball.
Where Dehere is having a problem with Murdock, he should realize he's right-handed, and he goes to the right maybe 90% of the time. Yet his faking ability is so tough that you get caught off balance. He's going to the left this time.
Dumps it off to Simpkins, who gets fouled, does not get the ball to drop. But Dickie Simpkins will go to the line to shoot 2 for Providence. The Friars are making hay at the free throw line, Don. They really are.
They certainly are, and I think they're taking a great advantage of their penetration. See, they'll hurt you. They hurt you in so many ways. And Rick said it earlier. We want the ball to go up. You see PJ talking to his guys here. We've got to tighten up the defense, but they'll stick the three-pointer. So now you come out and play them, and they find the seams as well as any team.
2 shots for Simpkins. First one goes. And Providence regains the lead at 57-56. One more for Simpkins, freshman, Washington, Maryland. Very heavily recruited player. Barnes was delighted when he got that young man to commit to Providence College. He gets both free throws. The Friars lead by 2. Corey Floyd will check in for Providence, replacing Chris Watts.
You know what you got to love? You love Eric Murdock. He's directed traffic out there. He's telling the people where to go, who to play. A great leader.
He's doing the things that a great senior has to do. They might get 10 seconds again. They just get it over midcourt. Coming to Avent. And now to Caver. Well, 58-56.
No doubt that Providence's pressure has taken a hold. And, of course, Avent scores to help them out. But Providence's pressure has been a factor this second half.
Floyd takes it all the way to the basket, loses control of the ball, but it was tipped out by Seton Hall. It'll be Providence ball. Now Marquise Bragg goes out and Marvin Sadler comes in. Terry Dehere goes out and Oliver Taylor is in for Seton Hall. Providence is 14 of 18 at the foul line. Seton Hall is 8 of 12. So the Flyers, 6-point differential in free throws made. And that's why they're up by 2. They throw it away, however, as you look at Terry Dehere. Dehere had 15 points at the half and has scored just 1 in the second half.
And you can see he's a little frustrated on the bench.
Steal, Murdock. Eric Murdock, another steal and a hoop. He's got 22 points now, 11 in the second half. We've got 12 minutes to go, and Murdock is closing in on his average of 27 points a game. And he's so active on defense as well.
He's at you all the time. He hides behind the player and then slips right behind him. He's unbelievable.
Nice blind pass going to Walker is knocked out of bounds by Providence.
Murdock again.
11:58 to play in the basketball game. And it is Providence College by 2, 60-58 over Seton Hall. We'll be back after these messages from your local station. 5th steal of the game.
He's like a defensive safety. He'll use anybody to shield himself. Pick it up, and is that number 48 for the young guy? He's just unbelievable. He loves defense, and yet it stimulates his offense, and it picks up his teammates.
2-point lead for the Friars. They've outscored Seton Hall 20-12 here in the second half, as the Hall led by 6 at halftime. They get it to the open man, Caver. Rebound on the weak side by McDonald, but we're going to get a foul on McDonald for pushing on.
Looked like a good call. I think Kenny just gave him the push that time. He had good inside position.
That for McDonald is his 3rd personal foul, and it puts Providence College at the limit. Now Dehere is back in, and Caver goes out for Seton Hall. Still a possession foul. The next time, Seton Hall will be shooting the rest of the way.
Terry Dehere just coming in. He's really been saddled with a little foul trouble, and watch him stick that one. No.
Rebound tipped into the hands of Simpkins. Knocked away from Simpkins. A battle for the ball picked up by Avent. Taylor. Dehere open. Yes. 3-point shot. And a 1-point lead for Seton Hall.
PJ did a great job of taking him out, let him view the game from the sideline. He comes back in, sticks it, and they really need him to get on fire.
McDonald for Providence straight away. No. Rebound by Walker. Seton Hall by 1. Meadowlands starting to get noisy. Dehere, baseline. Pump fake 2. Double pump by Dehere. He's come in off the bench. Hit 5 points. And Seton Hall is up by 3.
Now the young man from St. Anthony's High has stimulated his crowd, as you can see right here. That time, Eric Murdock gave him the baseline area. And, of course, Oliver Taylor finds the open man. You see he's got the baseline, and not going to stop that young guy when he goes to the basket. And really, they had slowed him down. They had hidden him a little bit in the beginning of the second half. But right now, he's back in action.
1 free throw coming for Dehere to try to complete a 3-point play. Hit a 3-point shot a moment ago. He gets it. Those 6 consecutive points for Terry Dehere. And suddenly Seton Hall is back up by 4. And it's been all Dehere for the 6 points.
It certainly has, and of course their defense probably will pick up also, and Providence now has to execute, which they do.
Sadler has it blocked, walks it up. McDonald for three, gets it. Ken McDonald does not have a lot of arc on that three-point shot of his. He takes a line drive shot.
And he gets it off quick, Gary. Really not much time. He just gets it, doesn't fool around with it, and he slaps it through. And that, like you say, was a line drive, but he caught three and puts Providence down by only one.
They double up on Avent. Tipped by Watts. Avent gets it back. Now to Initiative in the backcourt. A blocking foul is called on Sadler, and that'll put Oliver Taylor at the line. Second foul on Sadler. Providence over the limit.
Tough call because Providence defense really had done the job that time. If Sadler had held his position, he may have had the charge, or they would have had a 10-second call.
So Taylor will shoot a 1-and-1 for Seton Hall. 74% foul shooter. That's the free throw situation this evening. You can see Providence has done well at the foul line, going there 18 times. The oddity of that is that coming into the game, Providence had a free throw differential of an average of 2 per game fewer than their opponents, while Seton Hall had an average of 2 more than their opponents, which indicates a team that will take the ball inside.
Exactly. Seton Hall will get it down low. Providence loves the three-pointer. They want to put it up as quickly as they can, and that statistic really demonstrates that factor.
One more free throw for Taylor. Seton Hall by 2, 65-63. 10:46 left here in this Big East battle tonight. Taylor gets them both. Senior from Queens, New York. Eric Murdock for Providence College. Murdock with 22 points in the game, trying to work on Dehere. Seton Hall in a tight man-to-man defense. Murdock takes it into the paint, lofts it up, and no, but a whistle and a foul. Murdock draws a lot of fouls, Dom, because the way he leans and the way he moves, he has great ability and control with the basketball. But you take a look here and you can see why he's drawing fouls all the time.
You see Brad coming out. They like to set a screen for them, but he goes right, and he's really quick right in. He just draws you into him, and you're always on the move. You're not going to pick up a charge. He knows when to stop, when to continue on, and when he goes to the line, it's usually a deuce.
He is 8 for 8 now at the foul line. The 6'2" senior for Providence. 66-64. One more shot for Murdock.
Oh, it's amazing with him also, Gillard, that he does everything, usually most of his stuff off the dribble. It's not moving without the ball. He has the ball in his hands, which is tougher to do sometimes.
1 point lead for Seton Hall. Avent with the basketball, getting it to Karnisovas, up court to Walker, and now Avent over midcourt. That's Troy Brown guarding it. Taylor with Murdock on him. Providence in its man-to-man defense. To the basket, Walker, baseline, no. Rebound, Avent, yes.
Nobody boxed out the big guy, and they paid a price. You see him coming down here. You have to find the big guy.
Avent makes such a difference. Murdock for 2 more. Eric Murdock with 26 points in the ball game. 15 here in the second half. Taylor breezing into the front court for Seton Hall. Karnisovas.
Karnisovas a little quiet this game offensively, maybe due to the fact he got whacked a couple of times. It's kind of slowed him down somewhat. He's active on the boards, however.
Dehere for 3. Barry Dehere now has hit 4 3-point baskets in the ball game, and Dehere has 25 points.
Whatever PJ told him when he came out and went sat next to him has paid dividends.
A backcourt duel between Murdock and Dehere. 4 points, Seton Hall lead. 9:15 to go in the ball game. Murdock is fouled by Oliver Taylor. And again, as Murdock drives and turns the corner, that's 5 on Taylor. He's leaning toward the basket all the time, and he draws the contact. As he leans, the defensive man, without even trying to pick up a foul, picks up a foul.
And I'm sure that time Taylor's really discouraged, but there's not much you can do. And watch him. He does everything off the dribble. It's a hesitation. Then he puts his shoulder right into you. There's contact, and the defensive man is moving. It's going to be called on him every time.
Murdock has hit 9 for 9 from the foul line in the ball game. Came in at 84% free throw shooting. Tonight he's 100%. He's still at 100%. 71-68. Murdock with 27 points. and a 3-point Seton Hall lead. One more shot for Eric Murdock. Looking to bring the Friars to within a pair. He is a perfect 11 in a row at the foul line.
That's where you want the ball to go versus Providence's pressure. In the middle of the floor if you can get it there. Once you get it in the middle, it usually will break down. But Seton Hall really hasn't beaten the Providence pressure well. I'm sure PJ not happy with it. They've struggled getting it up the floor most every time.
Jerry Walker, nice give and go. They dump it off low to Avent. He jams it. That was great ball movement by Seton Hall.
Movement without the basketball. They found the big guy and he drilled it in. Gives them a 4-point lead. Big right now.
8:44 to go in the game. Murdock loses the dribble, but it's picked up by Sadler. Now McDonald. Murdock for 3. No. Rebound deep in the corner. It is Caver.
Well, he got the numbers. He doesn't have it in the middle of the floor, but he finds Dehere.
Misses the 3. Tipped in by Karnisovas.
Karnisovas lacking a little bit of the offensive power that he showed earlier. That time stimulated to go to the boards.
And this time Karnisovas picks up a foul as Ken McDonald tried to take it into the paint on Karnisovas. And that is the 5th foul on the young man from Lithuania. And he will sit down with Gordon Winchester coming in. Here's the tip in by Karnisovas at the other end.
This young guy is a great shooter, but Karnisovas really hits the offensive boards and defensive boards very well. Here you see him with the tip in. He's struggled offensively tonight, but he has not stopped on both backboards.
McDonald gets the first of the 1-and-1, and he'll have another. 75-70. Seton Hall with a 5-point lead and 8:15 to go. McDonald has quietly banged in 17 points tonight, make it 18.
He's had a nice night. He's a good 3-point shooter. He's a great foul shooter, and he's active enough, and Rick plays this defense. It hides anything that you might lack.
Seton Hall gets the ball to Caver. Caver, Dehere, Avent, Winchester, and Walker out there for Seton Hall. Check Providence for you in a second. Dehere, another 3. 5 3-point baskets for Terry Dehere, and 28 points.
Well, you're seeing 2 of the best guards in the Big East tonight, Dehere and Murdock. And Seton Hall changes from the man-to-man D now into their 1-3-1, what PJ said he would go to occasionally. There's a lot of gaps in this defense, however.
2 for Marvin Sadler on the nice lob pass from Chris Watts.
That's the area, Gil, that will be open.
Dehere again for 3. No, that's a 2. It's just inside the arc. It's a 2 for Dehere. He has 6 3-pointers in the game. Eric Murdock answers at the other end. Murdock and Dehere each with 30 points in the game. What a show by those 2 guards tonight.
They are putting on. They're worth the price of admission, believe me.
Ball in the backcourt to Jerry Walker. It is 80-75. Seton Hall by 5 with 7 minutes to go in the game. Caver now Dehere. Walker, a very good passing forward. Getting it up top to Winchester. Low it comes to Avent. Nice jump hook. No. Rebound loose. Picked up by Caver.
Well, this is the offense that PJ really likes to execute. They run it. It's almost out of a 1-3-1 set. Oh, nice move.
Shot is blocked, but we're going to get a foul. Avent got whacked as he went up. He and Mickey Crowley went into a little dance.
Avent is not only devastating inside, but now goes away from the basket. And you see Sadler really beaten badly defensively. Goes to the hoop as strong as anyone in the league at 6'10".
That was the 4th foul on Marquise Bragg. Watts and Sadler go out for Providence. Floyd and Simpkins come back in out there with Sadler, Murdock, and McDonald. Terry Dehere, by the way, has tied his career high tonight with 30 points. And with 6:27 to go and the way he's been shooting, I think it's a pretty safe bet he's going to end up with a new career high this evening.
And what did he have, 17 when he was on the bench?
Exactly.
Wow.
He had, no, 16. He had 16 at the half and only had 1 point like the first 5 or 6 minutes of the second half. Sat down for about 3 minutes, came out, has been smoking hot ever since.
Wow, he's done it quickly. I tell you, he hasn't missed a shot. And of course, now what they have, you see Terry Dehere, you have that outside and inside threat with Avent.
Well, 30 for Dehere, and now Avent has 26. And now a timeout is taken. 6:27 to play in the ball game. Seton Hall has opened up a 7-point lead. Back with more after these local messages. Dead heat heading to the wire between Dehere and Murdock.
Past 7 minutes, it's been Murdock and Dehere. Back and forth. They've been doing a job. Remarkable. Both players are just outstanding young men. Of course, Dehere just a sophomore. Murdock's the leader, being a senior. You can see it. 30 points, 5 steals for Murdock. Dehere with 30, also tying his career high. And of course, this is the 6th time in the last 7 games that he's gone beyond 30 points, Murdock. And of course, he's moving past the big guy from Georgetown, John Thompson, and scoring on the all-time scoring list for Providence.
That's the man with the basketball right now, Eric Murdock. And now Corey Floyd. Seton Hall has opened up a 7-point lead. Providence had taken the lead. The Hall has come back. Floyd, little up fake. McDonald, 3-shot. No. Rebound, tipped. Avent has it.
Seton Hall in that 1-3-1 zone once again. Got the job done defensively, and that's what PJ wanted to do. He was burnt the first time, but he came back again. Good confidence in the zone.
Another thing that Seton Hall has done here in the last few minutes of this second half, they've taken control of the boards. They've not allowed Providence a second shot at the other end.
Exactly, and Providence has been in the game primarily because of Murdock having a great move.
Beautiful. Beautiful move without the ball by Dehere, and a great pass from Anthony Avent.
Cunningham defense, big deal not to see the man with the pass. Didn't find it that time, and scored by Dehere.
32 points for Terry Dehere, a career high. McDonald, Marquise Bragg, he's in trouble, gets it out to Simpkins. The freshman takes it to the hole and is fouled by Jerry Walker.
Nice ball movement by the young freshman to the basket.
Simpkins at the line to shoot 2 for Providence College. Right now, Seton Hall has opened up a 9-point lead. Take a look here at this beautiful feed from Avent to Terry Dehere.
Well, I'll tell you, it's just a simple give and go. He finds the man underneath. It didn't look as if he was even coming out of the pack, but the defensive man turned his head, got behind Dehere, and he went in and scored his 32nd point.
Providence has hit 13 second-half free throws in session. Make it 14 in a row for the Friars. Actually, they came into the game shooting it at only 64% from the line, so they had been having some problems.
Yeah, they have, and they're filling it up this evening. Of course, Seton Hall, another excellent foul shooting team, playing the 1-3-1. I like it at this time of the game, Gil, because you have to get to something quickly.
84-77. Seton Hall by 7 with 5:14 to play. Byron Caver, now Terry Dehere. Anthony Avent, who's been a force with 26 points and off the boards and blocking shots as well. Avent trying to set up low on Simpkins, senior against freshman. At Seton Hall, they try to exploit that matchup down low.
I think they will. I think they'll also take some time off the clock, something that hasn't transpired too often.
Avent facing up to the basket. Now they work it to him low. Spins on the freshman and gets 2. You almost see them working to get that. Avent now has tied his career high with 28 points. Outside, McDonald drills a 3.
Providence can come back quickly because they've got great 3-point scores.
Right now, Seton Hall is having no trouble breaking the Providence defensive pressure. Ball slapped around low. Who comes out of there with it? Eric Murdock. He's 2 on 3. Loses control, but a foul is called on... Let's see, is it on Seton Hall or is it on Murdock?
I think it's on Caver. I think he reached in on Murdock's penetration.
That is 4 on Caver. We'll take another look.
Well, here it is. End to end. Definitely a reach-in foul. Murdock going to line, shoot a 1-on-1. Probably going to be a deuce, but Eric on the run. Devastating, going to the basket.
Right now, we're looking at a 6-point ball game. 86-80 with 4 minutes and 13 seconds to play in the game. Providence with Watts, McDonald, Murdock, Simpkins, and Braggs out there. Seton Hall. That's 12 in a row now. 12 for 12 for Murdock in the game. Seton Hall with Caver, Winchester, Walker, Avent, and Dehere. One more free throw for Eric Murdock. 32 points in the game for Murdock. 13 of 13 from the free throw line. Providence applying the pressure in the backcourt. Comes to Dehere. Spins out of there, and he is fouled from behind by Chris Watts. Bit of a Bronx cheer.
I know, they love it. That time, Seton Hall, a little bit of a problem breaking the pressure until they got in the middle. Here it is to the middle of the floor, and that's where you want to get the ball. Spin dribble here, and you can see Watts coming down, pushing off. Call for the foul, and Dehere will go to the line, shooting a 1-and-1, I believe.
Terry Dehere has a career-high 32 points tonight. Anthony Avent of Seton Hall has tied his career-high at 28, so between the two of them, they have 60 of Seton Hall's 86 points. Talk about an inside-outside 1-2 punch.
That's for sure. Dehere, of course, played at St. Anthony's High School, and PJ's got a number of players from that school, but his coach, Bob Reilly, said that Terry Dehere is the finest athlete he ever coached. This guy has had a multitude of great players.
Walker goes out, and Karnišovas comes back in for Seton Hall. One more free throw for Terry Dehere. 34 points in the ball game for the young man. Seton Hall by 6 points. Murdock and now Watts for the Friars. 4 minutes to go in the ball game. Seton Hall led by 6 at the half. Murdock lets it fly and drills it.
He is unbelievable. I think that was not an easy shot going to his left, and he drilled it.
34 points now for Murdock. 34 points for Dehere. The difference between the two teams right now has been the play and scoring of Avent.
Yes, that's been the difference, and that's what Rick had mentioned earlier. The middle of the floor is not his strength right now.
Karnišovas for 3. Big basket. Arturas Karnišovas.
Big hoop, he put that fist up. He's pretty excited. The young guy from Lithuania has had a tough night, but he's battling right back.
Now a 7-point lead for Seton Hall. McDonald takes it into the paint to Simpkins, who bangs it home. The freshman has come off the bench to score 11 points for Providence.
Nice dish by Kenny McDonald that time. He can not only stick it, but he can penetrate well.
Seton Hall nearly lost the basketball there because they had two people in the same spot, Avent and Dehere. 5-point lead for the Hall with 2:52 to go in the game. Karnišovas looking inside. They go to Avent. Baseline turnaround is going to be an air ball.
Good defense by Dickie Simpkins that time. A little bit of a force for Avent.
Murdock, hits the deck hard, and he'll be at the line to shoot 2. He's up and okay, but I tell you, he goes to the basket with a lot of gusto. Take a look at this. He's going 900 miles an hour.
I'll tell you what, he just puts his head down and say, hey, look, I'm getting to that basket some way, and Caver fouls him again, and really he did. That was a foul.
That is 5 personal fouls on Caver, and Oliver Taylor comes back in to replace him at the point guard spot for Seton Hall. 5-point lead, Seton Hall, with 2:38 to play in the game. And Eric Murdock knocks another one down. They have hit 18 foul shots in a row in this second half, and Eric Murdock is 14 for 14. 15 for 15 for Murdock. And we have a timeout on the floor. 2:38 to go in the game. A 3-point lead for Seton Hall. Point lead over Providence. Dehere with 36 for Seton Hall. Murdock with 36 for Providence. As the two guards have staged a shootout, and the big man in the middle for Seton Hall has had a heck of a game as well. Anthony Avent with 28 points, a bunch of rebounds, and 4 or 5 blocked shots unofficially. In the backcourt, that's Avent with it. They get it to Winchester, and they're close to a 10-second violation. They throw it away. That's the Providence defense working for them.
No doubt about it. You see PJ say taking your time, execute bounce passes, but what's happening is as the game gets down to the wire, that press becomes more and more effective. And that time, I tell you, calls the turnover.
Murdock, now McDonald, fires up a 3. No. Taylor ahead to Winchester. Slapped away by Watts. It'll still be Seton Hall ball. Jerry Walker will come in for Seton Hall, and he will replace Gordon Winchester.
You know what happens this time of the game, Rick? Players are tired. Providence wears at you with their pressure. You get careless with the basketball. And Seton Hall, once again, right there.
No, but it went off Providence.
They caught a break. They caught a break. They could have 3 turnovers in a row.
Oliver Taylor to put it inbounds. He does to Dehere, and now back to Taylor. 2:07 to go in the ball game. There's your time. Lower right-hand corner of the picture. Seton Hall with a 3-point lead. Murdock, and the steal.
Another steal by Murdock.
Going coast to coast, and he lays it in. What a play by Murdock.
Unbelievable. What a great athlete, stealing the ball, taking it to the basket strong, and drawing Providence to one. Seton Hall trying to run their stall offense right here, and that time Murdock went right after it.
38 points for Murdock and a 1-point lead for Seton Hall. A three by Dehere. His 7th three-point basket. What a duel these two have staged. Murdock's turn. They get it inside. Simpkins traveled.
Yes.
4-point lead. Seton Hall with 1:23 to go in the game.
Of course, Rick Barnes wants the ball in the hands of his go-to guy, Eric Murdock, as Seton Hall wants the ball in Terry Dehere's hands. Of course, Providence's pressure has really caused Seton Hall a lot of problems the second half.
Now Walker goes out and Caver comes in, so Seton Hall has 3 guards on the floor. Dehere, Taylor, and Caver. Dehere gets it over midcourt. And now Oliver Taylor. There's your time remaining. 4-point lead for Seton Hall. Taylor with the basketball, and now Anthony Avent. Dehere has drilled 7 3-pointers in the game, and he has 37 points. Taylor, no. Rebound, McDonald.
Big miss. Providence needs a good hooper here. Of course, they got it in the hands of the young man they wanted to, Eric Murdock, and he's going to go to the hoop. Oh,
charging foul. Offensive foul, the charge, that time on Eric Murdock. Take another look.
Eric Murdock likes to go from left to right. He brings you left, and it looks as if Dehere had position that time. It was probably the first time this entire evening.
It'll be Seton Hall ball with a 4-point lead, and they foul Ryan Caver. The freshman from Trenton is an 80% free throw shooter.
Well, probably the right guy to foul because he hasn't been to the line all that much.
That's
and
right.
The rest of the Seton Hall players are all very, very fine shooters, and Rick Barnes also knows he doesn't wait for anything. He just goes right at you.
And Caver is a freshman.
Exactly.
You're looking at the other guys. You've got Dehere, who's a sophomore but played all of last year. You got Avent, who's Dehere's a great foul shooter. Avent's a very good foul shooter. Another senior player.
Paid off. That was the call. There's only 45 seconds on the clock, and Rick is not going to wait. That's his philosophy. That's his game plan. He's going right to the end of it.
7 3-pointers for Terry Dehere tonight in the game, and the Big East record is 9 by Dana Barrows of Boston College. One more free throw coming for Ryan Caver.
That's a big foul shot right here because he puts him up 5. They have to make a 3-pointer and get 2.
All right, Providence will put it in play. Turner, Murdock, Braggs, Watts, and McDonald out there for Providence. 5-point lead, Seton Hall. They go to McDonald. He's a good 3-point shooter. They're taking a little bit of time right now, though, Dom. And they lose the ball. Murdock gets it back, takes it to the paint. Going to get a foul on Seton Hall. And it'll be Eric Murdock to the free throw line for a 1-and-1 for Providence.
Providence likes to run a little weave with their 3 guards out front.
Now they call it a 2-shot foul. Fouled him in the act of shooting, not before the shot. That's 5 fouls on Taylor. And Murdock will be to the line to shoot 2 for Providence. He has 38 points. Walker goes out, and Caver's back in for Seton Hall. Timeouts remaining, by the way, in case you're wondering, with 31.9 seconds to play. Each team has 2 timeouts remaining. 2 shots for Murdock. His season and career high 45 points earlier this season. Murdock, what's he got? 17 in a row, 15 in a row. Murdock at the foul line. I think he's 15 of 15. Yeah, now 16 of 16.
Well, you see the penetration right here. Yep. It looked as if it was going up. Probably it looked like a good call by the official that time.
17 in a row for Eric Murdock at the foul line in a 3-point game. And they fouled Brian Caver for the second time in the last few seconds, and Caver will go to the line. Murdock breaking his own Providence College record with 17 out of 17 at the foul line tonight. The young man there has 40 points in the game, 29 of them in the second half. He had 11 at halftime.
He's a great one. Of course, he's such a great foul shooter. And he shoots such a great percentage that if he doesn't make the hoop and get fouled, it's going to be a deuce anyway. But he is a remarkable young man. Just from right down the road here in New Jersey, he's putting out a good one for the home team. And of course, you see Caver on the line. Rick Barnes went right after the freshman again. He missed one before. He'll trade it. He'll trade one for a couple or possibly 3.
29.8 seconds remaining in the game. 2 shots here for Brian Caver. He gets the front end. 4-point lead for Seton Hall. Caver now with 9 points, his career high. Dehere has a career high tonight of 37, and Avent has tied his career high at 28. They only get one of the 2 free throws, and the ball winds up in the hands of Murdock.
And you know where this young guy is going to be going.
4-point lead, Seton Hall. Turner for 3, no. Rebound, Simpkins kicks it to McDonald for 3, no. Bragg tips it, no. And a foul, I believe it was Marquise Bragg over the top. Yes, it was. With 14.9 seconds to go and a 4-point Seton Hall lead, the Pirates will send a man to the foul line. That's 5 on Marquise Bragg.
Here's a 3-pointer taken right here. Missed. Great rebound by Watson. They find McDonald in the corner. He's open. He's drilled many tonight, but good inside position by Seton Hall right here. And Bragg going over the back. And this 2 big foul shots right here. They're up for it. This could close it out.
As games wear down into the final seconds, the jump shots start to hit the rim because the players get tired.
The legs just don't have what they had earlier in the game. And the big miss. And you can't count Providence out. They keep coming at you because those Murdock will take it right to the hole. Anything can happen. They'll pressure and foul you again and put you back on the line. I don't care if there's 5 seconds left. They're always in the game.
Karnishevich gets 1 out of the 2. 5-point lead, Seton Hall. Murdock back for the Friars. Leans, fires, no. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Providence ball with 8 seconds remaining. And a 5-point Seton Hall lead. Been a wild game. A high-powered offensive show by both of these clubs tonight. Providence came in averaging 95 points a game. Seton Hall came in averaging 91 points a game. McDonald doesn't have a lot of time here to diddle around. Loses the ball, goes out of bounds, and it'll be Seton Hall ball with 0.8 of a second remaining, and that will do it.
Nice effort by the big guy from Lithuania, and Seton Hall's defense held on. And a game prior, Providence prior team, they're active, they're great, they're going to be in the hunt. I talked to Rick early, and he said, Don, we don't know what we have. We have a lot of young people. They have a lot of young people and a great guard in Eric Murdock.
And that is the ball game. The horn sounds and Seton Hall carves out a 5-point lead, 97-92, a 5-point win for Seton Hall over Providence College. And we'll be back in just a moment.